lost civilization of the Indus Valley, forgotten giants of the ancient world. Imagine a city without kings, without war, and without monuments to glorify the powerful. A city whose people built complex drainage systems before Rome, traded with Mesopotamia before Babylon's rise, and vanished mysteriously long before written history could capture their story. This is the Indus Valley Civilization, one of humanity's earliest urban wonders, and one of the least understood. Join me on Mantle of Ages as we journey into the past to uncover the rise, achievements, and silent fall of the forgotten giants of the ancient world. Chapter 1: Birth of a Civilization. More than 5,000 years ago, as Egypt was building pyramids and Mesopotamia its ziggurats, a parallel civilization was rising along the fertile plains of the Indus River. The Indus Valley, also known as the Harappan Civilization, emerged around 2600 BCE in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Fertile floodplains and seasonal monsoons created ideal agricultural conditions. Early farmers learned to tame the rivers, grow wheat, barley, peas, and cotton. Yes, cotton was first cultivated here and supported the growth of small farming villages. Over centuries, these grew into the massive urban centers of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. By 2500 BCE, the Indus Valley had become one of the four great cradles of civilization, alongside Egypt, Mesopotamia, and China. Chapter 2: Cities Without Kings. The cities of the Indus Valley defy expectations. Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa were marvels of urban planning. Gridded streets, standardized fired brick buildings, granaries, wells, and most impressively covered drainage systems that ran beneath the roads. Each house had access to clean water and sanitation. Public baths like the famous Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro suggest an emphasis on ritual cleanliness and communal life. And yet no palaces, no giant statues, no lavish tombs or temples. There are no clear signs of kings, armies, or a ruling elite. Who led these cities? Were they governed by councils of merchants, priestly elites? The truth remains elusive. What we do know is that the civilization was incredibly organized, suggesting a shared system of standards and perhaps decentralized but coordinated leadership. Their uniformity of weight systems, brick size, and city layout across hundreds of miles suggests wide-reaching cooperation or control without visible dominance. Chapter 3: Everyday Life and Innovation. While the rulers remain a mystery, the lives of the people begin to come into focus. Archaeological finds include pottery, toys, combs, seals, jewelry, and tools, evidence of a vibrant material culture. Citizens wore cotton garments, made intricate beads, and used bronze tools. Artisans crafted fine ceramics, shell inlays, and even toys with wheels. Houses were multi-storied with private wells and indoor bathrooms. This wasn't just survival, it was comfort and sophistication. Seals discovered across the region are small carved stones used for identification or trade, feature animals, symbols, and a still undeciphered script. These seals were used in commerce, and many were found as far away as Mesopotamia, showing they were active international traders. Chapter 4: A Global Trade Network. The Indus Valley Civilization didn't exist in isolation. It traded extensively with Mesopotamia, Oman, Central Asia, and the Persian Gulf. Goods like lapis lazuli, carnelian, copper, and cotton flowed through a network of rivers and overland routes. Harappan merchants used standardized weights and measures, suggesting a regulated and trusted trading system. Dockyards discovered at Lothal indicate maritime trade was also active. Their cultural and economic influence reached thousands of miles beyond the subcontinent. This level of global connectivity over 4,000 years ago is astonishing and rarely acknowledged. Chapter 5. The Enigma of the Indus Script. Perhaps the greatest mystery of the Indus Valley is its script. Found on over 4,000 artifacts, seals, pottery, tools, the script has not yet been deciphered. Unlike Egyptian hieroglyphs or Mesopotamian cuneiform, no bilingual text, like the Rosetta Stone, exists to help us understand it. The script is composed of short inscriptions and symbolic signs, many thought to represent concepts, names, or professions. Until we crack this code, much of what we could learn about their religion, leadership, laws, and daily life remains locked in silence. Chapter 6. A Civilization Without War. Unlike many ancient societies, the Indus Valley shows little evidence of warfare. No fortresses, weapons caches, or mass graves of soldiers have been found. The people seem to have lived in peace, at least by the standards of the time. This doesn't mean conflict never existed, but rather that it may have been rare or resolved differently. Their society might have emphasized trade and cooperation over conquest, a model radically different from contemporary civilizations. Yet, scholars debate this. Some argue that evidence may have eroded or remains undiscovered, but the absence of militaristic monuments or depictions is notable and telling. Chapter 7. The Silent Collapse. Around 1900 BCE, the cities began to decline. Trade routes dried up, bricks grew less uniform, public works were no longer maintained. People abandoned the great cities and returned to rural villages. Why? Some theories are climate change, river shifts, extended drought, or even earthquakes. Some believe that changes in the monsoon weakened agriculture. Others argue that overuse of resources or internal decline played a role. There's little evidence of invasion or mass destruction. Most likely, it was a combination of environmental stress and gradual societal breakdown. Whatever the cause, the decline was not a single catastrophic event, but a slow, quiet, unraveling. Chapter 8. Lost and Found Again. After their disappearance, the Indus cities were forgotten. The knowledge of their greatness faded. Their script, buried under layers of earth, was unread. It wasn't until the 1920s, when British and Indian archaeologists stumbled upon the ruins, that the world realized there had been a third great ancient civilization alongside Egypt and Mesopotamia. Since then, excavations at Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, Lothal, Dolavira, and others have revealed a picture of a remarkably advanced society. But even today, much of it remains unknown. Unlike Egypt's pyramids or Mesopotamia's written epics, the Indus Valley's voice has yet to be fully heard. Chapter 9. Legacy and Lessons. The Indus Valley may be gone, but its legacy survives in subtle but powerful ways. The early urban planning, respect for sanitation, and reliance on trade rather than war, these are models worth revisiting. Its emphasis on civic infrastructure and decentralized leadership challenges the idea that only conquest-driven empires leave a lasting mark. Many Indian cities today sit on top of or near ancient Harappan sites. The roots of Indian civilization run deep, predating Vedic texts and the caste system. The rediscovery of the Indus Valley Civilization has transformed how we understand early humanity. It proves that peace, cooperation, and innovation can thrive even in the earliest phases of civilization. Chapter 10. Final Reflections. The Indus Valley was a civilization ahead of its time and in some ways, ahead of ours. Its people built clean, organized cities, thrived without kings or conquest, and quietly wrote a forgotten chapter in the story of humanity. As we continue to uncover more, one thing is clear. This was no primitive society. It was a sophisticated and resilient culture whose achievements still inspire awe. Thank you for exploring the lost civilization of the Indus Valley with me on Mantle of Ages. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another story from our ancient past. What part of the Indus story fascinated you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay curious, stay questioning, and keep exploring on Mantle of Ages.